Good morning, everyone. Good morning. How are you all this morning? Welcome to the ABCs of Tongue Types. My name is Ruth Finney, and this morning we are going to be talking about the narcissist tongue. I'll wait just a couple of minutes and see if anyone shows up. I know it is early in the morning. I hope everyone is well. I hope you got a good night's sleep. And let's see. All right. And I hope you had a good weekend. Today is Monday. All right, here we go. Today is Monday. And we have more personalities and more tongues that we have to deal with on a daily basis. So that is why I'm doing this in the morning. So we can go through some different tongue types, which are basically different personality types. And so this morning we are on the letter N. Good morning, Levi. How are you this morning? Good to see you. Welcome in. We are talking about the narcissist this morning. I know this is a term that hey, true fan to you. How are you? Good to see you this morning. I know sometimes we hear this term a lot. I know recently, it seems like over the past couple of years, I've heard this term a lot. And in the beginning, I didn't necessarily know what a narcissist was, because it seems like everyone's being called a narcissist these days, right? Every time someone is difficult to get along with or difficult to communicate with, people want to call them a narcissist. But let's look at a couple of things about what actually a narcissist is, if you are unclear. Narcissist people tend to have an alternate outlook on the importance of everyone's life. They tend to value their own life more than they value anyone else's. Now, that may not be the worst thing in the world, right? Like, we should all value or have a high value upon ourselves. But the difference with the narcissist is that they tend to not care at all, very much at all, about anyone else. And they feel that their needs and their issues and who they are should be at the top of everyone's priority list. So not only do they feel, the highest about themselves or think of themselves extremely highly, they feel that everyone else around them and in their circle should also have them at the top of their priority list. And that is where we tend to get in trouble with, how we communicate and how we relate to each other, because, you can't always be at the top of everyone's priority list. That's just not realistic. So they have this sort of alternate idea of their importance in everyone's life. They typically need to be the center of attention. So anytime the focus is not on them, they have a difficult time dealing with that. However, even though they are very self-centered people, they also tend to be very sensitive. That's something else that's a little slightly different about narcissists. Good morning, Harrison. How are you this morning? Good to see you. Welcome in. Please, y'all, hit the like button when you come in, if you haven't already. I appreciate it. So yeah, the irony about that is that they tend to be very sensitive. So anytime you say something to them out of the way or out of the ordinary, they will tend to have a negative reaction to it. They can respond in all kinds of ways. They can, respond negatively. They can get very angry. They may even get violent if they perceive that they are not being respected, or you have offended them in any kind of way. And it can be something very small. It doesn't even have to be something very big. It could just be something that they perceive as being offensive. And they tend to, sort of pop off easily based on what you said. And so that's why also it can be very difficult to deal with the narcissist type personality. So if you are struggling to deal with or communicate with someone like that, then that is the personality type and the tongue type that we are talking about this morning. Now, since narcissists typically don't want to claim their narcissism, I'm not going to talk to the narcissist this morning, because most narcissists don't believe that they're narcissistic. So I'm just going to talk to those of us who have ever had to communicate with the narcissist, deal with the narcissist, be in relationship with the narcissist, if it's in your family, if it's your spouse, someone that you're dating, or just someone that you know or have to work with. this is who we're going to talk about this morning. The first thing you want to know about narcissists is that they are master manipulators. Okay. They are so good at this. Narcissists, they have mastered the art of getting people to say what they want them to say and do what they want them to do. They spend their entire time, their conversations are centered around getting people to do the things that they want them to do, because that's what helps them to feel comfortable. Because remember, they typically have a low self-esteem sometimes, and sometimes, or they have some things that they are very insecure about. Even if they don't have a low self-esteem, they just may have a lot of insecurities or some insecurities, and they don't want those things to be exposed about them. So they are constantly working to get other people to do what they want them to do so that they can stay, feeling comfortable in their own skin. Narcissists pick up on the slightest signs of weakness. When you are talking to a narcissist, it is extremely important that you keep and maintain boundaries. And I mean, they need to be rock hard, iron solid, because it's of the utmost importance that you stick to them no matter what. Because like I said, if a narcissist sees that you have any signs of weakness in your conversation and your actions, if there's a slight bit of opening for room for them to manipulate you or for them to get you to do what you want them to do, what they want you to do, then they're going to go for that. Because again, they're trying to get you to center your life around them. So you have to be very firm in your boundaries, and you can't leave room for them to manipulate you, because they will exploit that weakness until they get what they want. They tend to never let up, and they will go to extreme cases in getting what they want out of you. Forgive me 1 second. So when you're talking with a narcissist, you have to be as relentless in keeping your boundaries as they are in trying to break them. So when you're not firm and they find that weak point, you have to figure out how to be a little bit smarter. You have to be a step ahead. If this is a narcissist that that you're familiar with, you have to pretty much think about, okay, this is how I know they're probably going to respond. They typically do this. They never let up. They never let me get a word in edgewise. All that. Then you have to think get ahead, and you have to keep your guard up. And I know that that's not always comfortable, and that gets tiring. And that gets tiring to have to keep your guard up all the time around a narcissist. But unfortunately, it's just necessary. It's necessary because the minute you let your guard down, that is when they typically will try to exploit you. Now, I'm not saying that you have to be mean or ugly or resentful. You just have to be firm. And I'm going to give you some examples kind of how to do this, how to change your words so that you can be firm and uncompromising. Okay. You want to be firm in your words, and you want to be uncompromising, not mean. There's a big difference. Okay. You don't want to be mean and ugly. You just want to be uncompromising, and you want to be firm. It's hard. It's hard to do this with a narcissist because they will pull out every card on you. They will pull out the, sympathy card, like the woe is me card, the race card, the religious card. I thought you were saved. I thought you were a Christian. I thought, you were this, that, or the other. Or they will go down the line of what they have dealt with in their life. And, I've been through this, I've been through that, all this type of stuff. They'll pull out every card. You're my family, you're my spouse, you're supposed to do this for me. They will pull out everything to try to make you feel guilt you into doing what they want you to do. Good morning, Just Teresa. How are you? Good to see you this morning. Good morning, A Positive Lifestyle. Good to see you. Welcome in, guys. If you all could hit that like button for me, I would appreciate it so very much. For those of you who just came in, we are talking about the narcissist tongue this morning. So if you have dealt with someone in your life who tends to be a master manipulator, that is who we are talking about this morning. All right. So yes, they will pull out every card and say anything that they possibly can to get you to do what they want you to do. So whatever card they can use that they think will get you to change your mind, then that's what they're doing. So when they go down these roads of tactics, like I said, you have to be firm. Good morning, Vern's Junk Closet. Good to see you this morning. Welcome in, sis. Good to see you. I'm doing well. I'm doing really well. My throat's kind of going in and out on me, so I'm trying to stick with it this morning. Hopefully it'll stay with me. So when they go down these roads, you have to be firm in reiterating how you feel about them and why you're making the decision that you're making. So for instance, this is key. This is critical. So if they try to say things to you like, you don't love me, you don't care about me, you think that I'm this or that, or you just want this, or you just want that, whatever those words are, right? They try to put these things on you to make you feel like something that you actually may not be feeling, okay? So this is a very common tactic that they use. My Instagram name is @TalkHealthier. @TalkHealthier. I'll put it in the chat here. Okay. Talk is @TalkHealthier. That is my Instagram. And then I'll also give you my email is, you can talk healthier. You can talk healthier at Gmail. All right. So if you all have anything that you would like to chat with me about, an issue you want to bring to the table, I will certainly reply to you. Okay. All right. So like I said, when they are saying something that you like, you don't love me, you don't care about me, whatever it is they're trying to put on you that is necessarily not true, this is where you have to be really firm in saying, no, that is not how I feel. That is not the reason that I'm doing this. These are the reasons that I'm doing this. That's not how I feel about you. And ensure them that you're making the decision based on these particular factors and not on the things that they're trying to put on you. Okay. So, or you can say, no, that's not how I feel, but for these particular reasons, I'm unable to do this. It has nothing to do with, whatever it is that they're saying. It has nothing to do with, what happened to you when you were a child, or it has nothing to do with what happened to you in your past relationships, or how, such and such treated you. You feel the same about you. You're treating me the same way this last person treated me, or whatever it is, whatever the words are. Let them know that no, that is not the reason. That's not the case. I'm choosing to make this decision based on these factors alone. That's it. And you continue to stay firm with that answer. Don't allow them to, manipulate you into saying, or feeling what they think that you're feeling. Because if it's not the truth, then you need to state that. No, I do love you. No, I do care about you. No, I do want to work with you. No, this is important to me, but for these particular reasons, I can't do that. And stick with that. And you say it in just as firm as a voice as I was able to say just now. Okay. So don't be the opposite, like, no, that's not how I feel, or no, I do, or, anytime you sort of put those tones in your voice that make that's sort of come across as too empathetic, then they will use that as a point of weakness to try to continue to convince you as to why you're feeling or why you're doing what you're doing, when that may not be the case. Narcissists can be very temperamental. And that is why the tones that you use in your voice have to be typically very somewhat monotone. Okay. They pick up on all those little differences in the tones in your voice that can help them to think, okay, I think I got this person. Okay. And narcissists can be men or they can be women. It doesn't matter. It's not race or sorry, male or male or female, it doesn't matter. So because they tend to be very temperamental, like I said, they're trying to cover up their insecurities. So anytime they feel a threat or an exposure to that insecurity, they typically have two reactions, either anger and outbursts, or they will go start that shame and manipulation type of response. So either they're going to get angry and they're going to have some type of outburst with you, or they're going to feel shame and then they're going to start trying to manipulate you. Like, well, I did it because of this, or I felt this way because of this, or I said this because of that. And they're going to want you to start feeling sympathy for them as to make excuses for their behavior. Okay. And that is what you want to avoid. So when you know that, you can be on guard about, how you speak to them, how you come across in your words. I'm sorry, I'm peeking over at the chat, making sure I'm not missing anything. Thank you all for being here this morning at 5 a.m. or 6 a.m., wherever you are, or even earlier if you're on the West Coast. So I appreciate you all for being here so early. So just the way you would, when you're talking to a narcissist, just the way you would sort of be careful with your words and how you talk to a child is how you want to be careful with your words and your tones when you're talking to a narcissist. Now, I'm not saying that you need to talk to a narcissist like they're a child, but you need to have that same sort of mind state. I'm talking to this child and I don't want them to be to think this or feel this or whatever. So we're careful about how we typically choose our words, and we're careful in our tone for the most part when you're talking to a child. And that's the same sort of mind state that you want to have when you're talking to a narcissist, right? I need to be careful in the words that I use, the tones that I use, because they tend to be more sensitive. So if you know that you have a more aggressive voice or aggressive personality, or if you know that you can sort of, you can come across to people as being demeaning or overpowering or whatever it is, you may want to be careful, about using those types of tones and coming across that way when you're speaking with a narcissist. Good morning, Jazzy TV. Good to see you. Is it midday your time of positive lifestyle? Midday, you must be overseas somewhere. So, well, thank you. Thank you for being in. Good afternoon to you then. So yeah, it can feel a little bit like walking on eggshells, when you're talking with a narcissist, because you are sort of doing this whole balancing act with your words, with your tone and all that. But unfortunately, that's just kind of how it is, because, if not, you're going to end up in some sort of argument with them, or that you don't necessarily want to be in. So the best thing you can do is to limit your words. 9 times out of 10, you want to limit your words, because the more you give them, the more they're going to, come back at you with. Always be straightforward, be honest, and uncompromising. Okay, those are just some of the most important things you can do when you're talking with a narcissist. You can learn to say the things when you're communicating with a narcissist. You don't have to be fearful that you can't say the things that you need to say. You just have to learn how to do them so that they can receive it. You may have to reframe your words. You may have to alter your approach if you want to be effective to maintain a healthy relationship. But the most important things, like I say, is to be firm, be consistent, be respectful, and be unmoved. Okay. You want to be firm in your words, like, this is how I feel. This is not how I feel. And this is how I feel. You want to be consistent in saying that repeatedly, because a lot of times they'll continue what they're doing to try to get you to say something different. Don't change your words. Don't change what you're saying. Be respectful, right? Always make sure, just let them know, I'm being as honest with you as possible. I'm letting you know how I feel. I'm sorry that you are not accepting this, but this is the truth as I'm giving it to you. And be unmoved. Be unmoved by all the typical emotional responses that they will give to you. They may come at you angry. They'll come at you angry because they want you to be fearful so that you'll change your mind and do what they want you to do. They'll come at you in tears, trying to get you to feel sympathetic for them and feel sorry for them and change your mind and say, oh, okay, let me, make you feel better, or let me go ahead and do this for you so you won't feel this way. They'll come at you all kinds of ways. Be unmoved by all those emotional responses that they will come at you with. Be unmoved by them. I understand that you feel that way. I know that this is hurtful to you. I know that this makes you upset. Acknowledge what they're feeling, but don't change your words or your thoughts or your actions. Okay. Be firm in what it is. This is how you maintain firm boundaries with them. And if they get to a place where it looks like they're getting violent or they're not listening to what you're saying, remove yourself from the situation. I understand that you're upset. I'm going to give you some time to process this. Okay. Or whatever it is they're feeling, just walk away. I understand how you're feeling, but I cannot change what it is that I need to do, or this is how I'm feeling. So I'm going to give you some time to process what I'm saying or process this whole situation, and then we can come back and reconvene. So walk away from the situation if possible. Even if you live with the person, walk away. I'm going to run to the grocery store. I'm going to go take a walk outside. Whatever you can do to remove yourself from the scene, then do that until they sort of, get their thoughts together and kind of calm down from what it is that they're feeling. And then you can come back and talk again if you need to. Okay. But be uncompromising and be unmoved by all those emotional tyrants that they will bring at you. So it can be the difference in saying something like, I want to have a healthy relationship with you, but I'm worried that you'll take this the wrong way and think something more than what it is, right? So if you let the person know that you're worried about this, I want to have a relationship with you, but I'm worried that if I say this, that you'll do this, right? That's an open door for a narcissist to come in and manipulate you and how they want to manipulate you, versus saying we can be in each other's presence. As long as you understand that the minute I feel this boundary is disrespecting me, then I'm leaving, or I will ask you to leave. And so that's sort of the difference. I don't know if you all can kind of hear the difference in what I'm saying. Good morning, Chef Cherry BC. How are you? Good to see you this morning. Welcome, blessings to you. And good morning, Vernell. I didn't get to say hello to you. So good to see you all this morning. I appreciate y'all being here so much. So yeah, it's like coming to them and saying, well, I want us to be able to be in relationship with each other, to be in each other's presence. But I'm worried that if I, spend time with you, or if we're in the same room together, that this and that's going to happen. Okay. Well, now you've put the ball in their shoes, and they're going to manipulate you however you want to, versus saying, we can be in each other's presence. We can be in the same room together, but I need you to maintain respect and honor my boundaries. And the minute I feel like you can't do that, then we're going to have to separate from each other. So they understand that their behavior, that you all staying in each other's presence, is going to be based on their behavior moving forward. Okay. And the minute they cross that boundary, that you feel disrespected, that you feel uncomfortable, that you feel nervous or scared or whatever you're feeling, then you let them know, hey, I let you know, I warned you, I let you know that if you did this, that I was going to leave. And that's exactly what I'm about to do. Okay. And so you have to be firm and stick to what you say you're going to do. Or it may be the difference in saying, I love you and I care about you and I want to work with you, or I want to work with you, right? But you're difficult to communicate with, or you're unpredictable, or you're highly reactional, or extremely emotional, or verbally or physically abusive, and I'm afraid, right? So that lets them know that you are, how you're feeling. And so that gives them something to work with. Those are also very criticizing words, which can set them off in a conversation. So when we tell a narcissist that you're unpredictable, you're highly reactional, you're extremely emotional, or you're very verbal or physically abusive, anytime we tell them that, they may take offense to that and get upset about that. So versus saying, I want us to have a healthy relationship, rather than talking about them and how they are, keep it focused on you. I want us to have a healthy relationship, but I need you to listen when I'm talking, versus saying you don't listen, right? So let them know what you need versus telling them what they're doing and criticizing them about what they're doing. This is a key difference. So for instance, if I can say, I want us to have a healthy relationship, but I need you to listen when I'm talking, or I need you to respect my personal space or my personal things, or I need you to respect my body if they're putting their hands on you, whatever it is. I need you to respect me and know that my no means no, and stop trying to, get me to do what you want me to do. So, or trying to manipulate me into saying yes. And if you don't, then this conversation is over. Okay. So that's a big difference. We're not criticizing the narcissist anymore. We've taken the focus off the narcissist and we've put the focus back on ourselves. So it's one thing to say, you're mean, you're hateful, you're an idiot, you're name calling or talking about them, about the things that are wrong with them. Okay. Don't do that. Talk about the things that you need and what works for you and what doesn't. And if they can't comply with that, then you can't stay in relationship. So it's a big difference in how you approach a narcissist with your words. Okay. The difference is rather, like I say, speaking to them about what they aren't, versus what you need and how you can move forward. If we're going to move forward, I need you to respect my boundaries. I need you to listen to me when I'm talking. I need you to keep your hands to yourself. I need you to respect my personal space, my personal things, whatever it is that you need, you focus on that. Okay. Limit your words. Like I say, the last point I have here is limit your words. Don't engage in long, drawn out conversations with a narcissist, because they tend to feed off of that. They tend to, the more you talk, the more you give them. It's like, the more they'll just continue to try to wheel you in with what you give them. So keep your words limited and few and far between. I have narcissist people in my life. So I understand fully, what this is about. And I'm giving you all tips that have worked for me for years. I have been using them. I have firm boundaries with the narcissist in my life, and it works really well. So yes, it fuels them. You're right. The more you talk to them, the more you're giving them fuel for, for having them wanting to manipulate you into what they want you to do. Good morning, Time with Tiffy. Good to see you this morning. Welcome in. Welcome. Let's see what else. Yeah, keep your emotions under control. Stay firm. Stay unmoved and unbothered by all of their emotional tyrants. Typically, let them talk. When a narcissist is feeling whatever they're feeling, let them talk. Let them say what they want to say. Let them say what they need to say. Let them get it out. Ask them in the end, have you said everything that you needed to say? I heard you. I understood you. This is what I heard. But at the same time, this is what it is for me. Okay. This is what it is for me. So don't give in to all those things that they're saying. That's pretty much all I have this morning. If you can, do those few things consistently with the narcissist, the health of your relationship and your conversation will change. If you have gotten to a point where it's too far gone, they have already disrespected you, they're angry with you and they're getting violent with you, then you need to exit the scene. You need to get out of the picture. I'm not telling anyone that they need to get a divorce. Divorce is, something very personal, decision that you have to make on your own if this is a spouse for you. However, If you are concerned for your safety or the safety of anyone in your household, then you need to make sure that you are in a safe space, because narcissists can be unpredictable and they can be very violent. So it just depends on what type of narcissist you're dealing with. Not all of them are, but some of them are. And so when people don't get what they want, they can get very violent. And so if that is the case for you, please make sure that you get to a place of safety. Let someone else know in your life that is close to you what you're dealing with. Don't keep this private. If there's someone, if it's a good friend, a close family member, a priest, someone you work with, let somebody know who you're working with, what you're dealing with, so that they can keep an eye open. Because you can get tired. We get tired of when you're having to deal with the narcissist on a daily basis, because their goal is to wear you down. They want to wear you down until you do what they want you to do. And if you've been dealing with a narcissist for many years, you can feel pretty broken and you can be pretty weak, and it can be very difficult to find strength. And that's why it's very important for you to keep someone around you or someone close to you that you know in the know of what's going on in the relationship, so that they can help you to stay strong. You can lean on this person and have a safe space to go when you need to talk about it, when you need to get away for a minute, whatever the situation is. So be very careful and how you deal with the narcissist, and don't take for granted that nothing will happen, that they won't do anything to me, that they're okay. They would never do that, because you don't know what a person is capable of. It always takes the right moment, the right situation, and the right scene for something to happen that you didn't expect. And that's how people get killed every day. So don't underestimate what a human will do, because it just takes the right time, the right situation, the right words, and the right moment, and that they will do something that they might never would have thought that they would even do. So if you are in this type of relationship, let someone know who's close to you, who can help you, keep in check on you, and give you some strength, because there's strength in numbers. So you can pull off of other people's strength to give you the strength to maintain and to stay firm on your boundaries. Okay. Let's see. Yes, they could be bipolar. Yes, absolutely. They often do tend to have mental disorders. That's not always the case, but a lot of times there is some sort of mental disorder going on. There can be some sort of trauma that has happened to them in the past. They could have, grown up in situations where they've had all sorts of bad relationships with parents, with siblings, with other family members, or people that they've been in past relationships with. We don't always know what causes a narcissist to develop those sort of narcissistic type personalities, but it can be all kinds of things that can cause them to be that way or develop into that. We can't control those things. We can only control ourselves and how we respond. And so don't try to, change and manipulate the master manipulators because they are masters at it. Focus on yourself, keeping yourself safe, and keeping it at peace in your own mind. Let's see. Yes, so they could be, Lord, please don't have kids with them. Geez, yes, I know. You don't always know. You just don't always know what you're dealing with. All kinds of things can cause people to sort of develop narcissistic type behavior. When you first meet a person, sometimes even when the first few years of a marriage, there's just things you don't see. And especially when you're in love, love covers a multitude of sin, right? Love covers a multitude of sin. So therefore, when you're in love with someone, you don't see some of their sins. You don't see some of their behaviors. You don't see some of how they are until you're already married, until you get into the relationship or into the marriage. And these little things start happening over time more and more. And you think, oh, why didn't I see that? Why didn't I see that way back when? Well, because they were on their best behavior, right? When we're in love, we're on our best behavior. And because we're in love with people, we overlook things that are important. We ignore the red flags. I may even do a thing on red flags one day, because there are so many red flags that we like to ignore. So y'all may see an episode on that one day. I've been in that situation before, so that's how I know. We are missing 2 thumbs. Please smash the thumbs, the like button, everyone. I appreciate you all. If you haven't already, if you're not a part of this talk family, please join my talk family. Okay, we are here to help each other. This is a safe space for you all to come. We're going to talk about how to have healthier relationships. And I'm going to get deeper into your lives this year, and I'm going to let you all a little deeper into my life this year. I'm here for you all. I'm here for you all. That's why I developed this channel, this ministry, because I want to help people, share with people the things that I have had to learn in my life, how to talk better and have healthier relationships, healthier communication with the people in your life, because it is possible. It is possible. All right. I'm going to go ahead and say a prayer. Yes, but when the smoke clears. That is too funny. That is too funny. I'm going to say a prayer and then we're going to get out of here. All right. Father, thank you, Lord, for this day. Thank you for watching over us, keeping us, and taking care of us. Thank you for waking us up this morning and allowing us to see a new day. You've given us new life, new health, new strength, new opportunities, and a new chance to wake up and to claim you as our Lord and Savior, to let you be Lord over our life, to lead us and guide us each and every day. Help us, Father, that person out there that is dealing with the narcissist tongue, that person who is trying to manipulate them into being what they want them to be, doing what they want them to do. Father, we want to have healthy relationships with everyone in our lives, whether this is a narcissist that's in our life by choice or by whether they're there because they will always be there by relation. Lord, whatever it is, give us the words that we need to say. Help us to take some of these tips and tools that we've learned this morning and include them in our communication. Help us to be firm. Help us to be unmoved and unbothered by the emotions that they try to bring to us. Help us to be consistent in our words and what we're feeling, to limit our words, and to be careful in our tone and how we approach the conversation with the narcissist. Prepare the space, Lord, when we need to talk with the narcissist. Prepare them to hear the things that we need to hear and give us the strength to say the things that we need to say. Heal the relationship, heal the broken spaces that are causing the pain and the hurt and the discord between us and the narcissist, whoever it is that we're dealing with. Protect anyone, place the people around us to give us the strength that we need to overcome these types of manipulative behaviors. Watch over each of us each and every day. I pray for every single person in the chat, for those who are watching the replay, anyone struggling with this type of tongue, Lord. Thank you for being in our lives and touching us and moving and doing the impossible when we think that it is doing the possible when we think that it's impossible. Father, we love you, and these things I ask in your son, Jesus' name. Amen. All right. So I will see you all on Wednesday. We'll be back with the letter O. I forgot what the O is, but I'll be back here Monday morning at 5 a.m. with the letter O. And then I'll have a tip coming out on Tuesday. All right, you all take care. Have a blessed and beautiful Monday morning. I hope y'all have a wonderful week if I don't see you again. And take care. All right. And email me or Instagram me if you need to chat with me with anything private. I appreciate you all. Love you all. Bye-bye.